Okay, next up we have Daniel Odell. Is that correct? Let me bring him up on the stage here.
Absolutely.
All right, there we go. Great. All right, so Daniel, tell us what who nominated you for first of all.
Dr. Smiley told me all about this, and I had to come on and definitely put some smiles on all the guests' face and tell them a little bit about our story.
That's incredible. All right. What branch did you serve?
And the United States Army. Mhm.
Okay.
A lot of them today. That's what I kind
Lot.
of get.
Yeah, a lot. We're overrun.
But it's really awesome for the viewers who are listening and not with the visuals, I have the amazing service dog next to me, Fluffy, who's a good boy.
Oh,
It's a
I thought that
poodle
was a
with green
pillow.
hair.
I thought that was a
Yes.
pillow.
No, right next to me is the service dog of the year in the US Veterans Magazine, the Fluffy
Wow.
Poodle, those three words. We travel all around the world telling our story, advocating,
I
and
saw
having a
you at
lot of
Mick.
patriotism.
I saw you at Mick because I
That's
remember
us,
seeing that
brother.
dog. Yeah, I remember seeing that dog. And for those of you who don't know what Mick is Military Influencer Conference. Huge event for veterans and service members. Go next year. It's in Florida. You'll love it.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. It's one of my favorite events all around. And yes, I definitely was going to mention that. It's great seeing you again. We definitely connected shortly or briefly at Mick. And let's keep adding value to the world.
yeah, absolutely. So, what years did you serve?
So I served from 2007 until 2014.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, I'm gonna go uh, back away, and if you can tell us a little bit about who you are, how you served, and if you continue to serve in the community, and what patriotism means to you. All right, and I'll come back in about eight
Absolutely.
minutes.
Absolutely. First and foremost, thank you for allowing, myself, Daniel Odell, the owner and CEO of Modafate.com, where we inspire everybody to tell their story as we tell ours. And boiling down to the question right here is, what does patriotism mean to me? Well, I truly believe it's all about serving others and the nation. And let me explain a little bit about that. See, growing up, I struggled severely mentally and physically, and going through different types of abuse, physical, verbal, emotional, sexual. I'm a survivor of all of those, being through group homes, foster homes, living in shelters. And through all of that, I always had a few mentors by my side who either served in the military or was a first responder or was mentored by great individuals in the military. So, those ones who were trying to lead me on the good path and trying to keep me safe, those were the ones who always served and always were giving back to the community. And they always inspired me throughout my life to maybe one day join. And at the young age of 18 years old, I decided to join the Army. And when I joined the Army as a food service specialist, I was lucky enough to travel around the world. I bounced around different states in America, and then I was lucky enough to go to Iraq. I deployed to Iraq in a war zone in 2008 to 2009, shortly after my son was born. Now, when I was in Iraq, a lot of my comrades, they didn't have to leave base. They didn't have to leave the wire. But I felt a little something more deep down inside me. I had this patriotism to go and serve a little more than what my regular capacity was within the area that I was at. So I decided to volunteer to go on missions on my time off. And I flew around Iraq all the way to southern Baghdad, all the way up to northern Iraq next to Turkey. And I've seen a couple things throughout all of that. And when I came home, I struggled severely mentally. And I always had the real patriots next to me, such as the American Legion, the VFW, great organizations all around trying to teach me, like, hey, this is how we cope with the pain and cope with dealing with things. But then I didn't listen. I didn't listen to those true patriots. I continued to just drink and I continued to just hide my pain and hide my feelings and always think about mission first and the army first. So that's what I did for a few more years. And then when I was training my soldiers to go to Afghanistan, I broke my neck. I broke my neck and my lower back. And to this day, I struggle severely since that injury. My arms constantly go numb and they do not work properly. Having a desk job is very difficult, and because they go numb, doing hard labor, they go numb. So, what can I do? That was very difficult for me when I transitioned out the army. What can I do? A lot of people around all around the nation, they struggle when they transition out the military of finding their purpose again and getting that patriotism back. Well, you want to know how I found it? I found it by speaking. If you can't tell by now, I'll just ramble, ramble, and ramble. The reason why is because I love to tell my story because I realized that during all of my struggle, all of those years and months of accepting my injuries and trying to adapt to civilian life, I realized like my purpose is telling my story and letting everybody know that they are not alone with what they are going through. Letting them know that there's plenty of resources out there, plenty of people willing to guide you and be those real patriots. So that's what I do now as a business owner of Modafate.com, like the shirt that I'm wearing, Motivefate. See, it's all about what is your motive? What is your motive to get to your fate? And I help people understand that by telling my story because I know not everybody wants to tell their story and or are ready to tell their story. So ultimately, if I can get through my pain, past, present, and future, I know each and every one of you can get through yours. So ultimately, I want you all to know that pain is pain, challenge is a challenge. You can't compare yours to anybody else, but know that if other people has gotten through theirs, and if I can get through mine, I know again, you can too. What you think, Fluffy? What you think? Now, I didn't really talk about this guy next to me, but this guy next to me is going to probably be on later tonight, later this evening, when we're going to talk more about service dogs and how they help individuals like myself. So, Brian, do you have any questions for us?
That was awesome. I want to know more about Motivate.
hmm Absolutely. So, Motivate is my motivational speaking and social media company where me and my service dog share our story, share our life to around the world on all social media platforms. That's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Recently, we were on the NBC or the NBC's New York Today show on national television,
Wow.
where they came out and did a major episode because we're constantly being major patriots, giving back and just telling our story on big stages, small stages, stages like the Military Influencer Conference that we were talking about before. This morning, for example, at a Veterans Day ceremony. Recently doing another podcast, we're just constantly telling our story because we understand not everybody wants to tell their story and or they may not be ready to quite yet.
Right. Oh, that's incredible. So I got to ask the question: when you're backstage in the green room, right? What does Fluffy like to snack on? Like, is she a diva?
Oh, look, I'll tell you what, the Fluffy Poodle loves dehydrated chicken breast. All about the chicken breast. I'm
Ooh,
telling you what, dehydrated chicken breast, that's a lip smacker right there.
she gets the good stuff.
Oh,
Awesome.
absolutely. The least I can do is give my service dog, service dog of the year, because of how great he is. The least I can do is give him the best of the best food, the best toys, the best treats, the best to everything, since he saves my life on a daily basis and helps me with my PTSD, helps me with my limited arm mobility and other symptoms that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, being a disabled veteran.
Wow, that's incredible. All right. Well, thank you for your time. How can people reach you if they want to reach out to you?
A lot of people can reach us simply by typing motive fate. I know that's a play off motivate everybody, but it's motivate, Ivefate, motivate.com, or simply type in the three words, the Fluffy Poodle. That's right, the Fluffy Poodle. If you just type those three words in on the internet, you'll see us on all social media platforms. Again, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and so many more. So check us out, give us a follow. Make sure you guys are also following this page as well, and make sure we're all sharing so we can continue to add value to the world.
If you don't do it yet, you need a podcast. You need to have your own podcast. I'd watch that.
It may be coming soon. Wink, wink.
Okay, awesome. I can tell these things.
Oh, absolutely. So, a quick insider. We applied for a major leadership program here in the nation, and part of a project is maybe a podcast and how we can continue to tell other stories.
That's awesome. All right. Well, if you ever need a guest, look me up.
Yo, 100%, Brian. You already
All right.
know I'll be right there, and let's continue to shape the world and help put smiles on everybody's faces and teach everybody about some patriotism and the heroes all around the world, because that's
Awesome.
their legacies will never be forgotten.
Well said.